What it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,000 episodes since 2014, and 500,000 streams around the world. It's unbelievable. I can still just picture myself recording these interviews and recording these shows randomly wherever. So I thank you guys for all of your love, all of your support. It makes a huge difference. Today, we are talking with singer-songwriter herself, the amazing Neena Rose. Hey, Neena.
Hello. Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Awesome.
Loving the sun today.
Yes, beautiful sun. So, Neena, for people that are, maybe they're new to your music, maybe they just heard about that Neena Rose, that Superman that's been floating around everywhere. Let everyone know a little bit about your background and how you got started in singing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a funny story. The first memory I have of singing was when I was like 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
And I was at an anniversary party for one of my parents' like great uncles. And there was a pianist there, and she had a microphone, and she was just, entertaining at this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept eyeing the mic, and I guess she could see that I was literally stalking her. And she's like, "Do you want to sing something?" And I was like, "Yeah." So she let me sing Twinkle, Twinkle. And everybody was like, "Wait, why was that kind of good?" So they put me in lessons like a few years later, and then honestly, it's been me ever since.
Yes. That's an awesome story. I love that.
Thanks, yeah.
At that early age, you just kind of knew. So when was the transition for you as far as taking it from a hobby and something fun to this being your career?
I mean, it's funny because ever since I want to say I was like 10, I knew it was going to be my career. And I met my now manager when I think I was 11.
Oh, wow.
So she wasn't my manager then, obviously, but she was like a really good mentor for me.
Yeah.
And then she had this program in 2014 where basically they taught young kids like the music industry and the ins and outs and how it's not as fun and glamorous as it always looks.
Yeah. No.
So I did that when I was like 13, 14. And ever since then, it's been work.
That's a really solid foundation. I definitely will say, because a lot of people, me myself, I've kind of been in the background of entertainment for quite some time. So I've seen a lot of things in the industry, and one of the top things that always kind of just tugs at my heart is seeing young performers that don't understand the business aspect of it. Songwriting is great, it's fun, you get to pour your heart and soul into music, but you could easily fall into a bad element if you don't understand the business aspect of things. So
100%.
Yeah.
And my manager's always been so adamant about that. So I am happy I've had the education background.
Yeah.
Because it's true, this industry is like 5% music.
It will eat you alive. I've seen it.
It will. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness. So Superman, all right, is all about that powerful moment of unmasking and realizing your own worth. Beyond the romantic context of things, have there been other unmasking moments in your career that have significantly helped to shape your self-perception?
Oh, 100%. Especially because I've been doing it for so long. I've been through a lot of genres and, different styles of writing. And I think it's just coming to terms with, like, you don't need to be anything for anybody else as long as you're good with yourself.
Right.
And so, like, in the beginning, I was exploring, like, super pop music that I didn't really resonate with, but I felt like I needed to do to be commercial. And then I just kept exploring different genres that didn't really feel authentic, but I felt like it might work in the industry.
Right.
And I found that the only times that it's really, really worked and resonated with people was when I gave it my true authentic self. Like even my song Warzone is the first one that really, really blew up. And that was the first time that it was just me and the piano, honestly. Like, it was very, very vulnerable. And I feel like people needed to see that authentic part of me rather than me trying to give them what I think they want.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now, your music, particularly Superman, is celebrated for its vulnerability and honesty in an industry that often pressures artists to present a curated image of themselves. How do you navigate maintaining that authentic vulnerability in your songwriting process?
I mean, for me, and especially the songs that will be coming out later on this year, I find that the lyrics are so much wittier. And, like, I love being funny, like, especially Sabrina Carpenter. She has a few lines where it's like, there's no way she just put that in a song right now. And I love that because I feel like it takes something that for us is so serious, because it is a career, but it brings the fun back into it, and it lets the viewers feel like, and the listeners, that it's also fun, to listen to. So
definitely. Now, you've collaborated with incredible Grammy-winning producers who compare working with you to legends like Whitney Houston and others. What's one unexpected lesson or advice that you've taken away from these high-level collaborations?
Great question. I mean, I feel like this is kind of a given, but I mean, for some people it's not, but it's protocol in the studio. Like, because I have worked with so many, like, huge names and big producers, there is a certain protocol when you get in the studio and in the booth that you need to follow, and I feel like nobody really talks about it or teaches. And, like, I've learned it from, being in the situations and learning it through experience, but a lot of artists will get thrown into these rooms with these huge writers and producers, and they don't know, the certain lingo, the terms, and I think that's really, really important to learn before getting into those rooms.
Yeah, that's definitely a really big part of it. And with over 875,000 TikTok followers, you've clearly mastered connecting with your massive audience on social media. So how do you intentionally use platforms like TikTok to not just promote your music, but amplify your message of empowerment?
Yeah. I mean, I think the first sort of batch of videos that were going viral on TikTok for me were the freestyles. And for those, it wasn't even about getting out there. Honestly, I started posting them because they were fun, and I really liked it. And I was like, hey, I didn't even know I could do that. So I kept posting those, and I think the passion behind it and, like, that I was actually having fun making the videos really resonated with people. And I also love to, like, tell people how to do things and teach and empower them to also try. And so I've gotten so many DMs of people being like, oh, I listened to your song, or I listened to your freestyle, and it made me want to do one, and here, I'll send it to you, listen to it. And I'm like, I love that I can have that sort of, I don't want to say influence, but, like, just inspiring people to do what they love and just try it, even if it's a little daunting at first. So I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Definitely. Now, looking forward, what is the next chapter you're most excited to explore, both musically and maybe theatrically? What's in the works for Neena Rose?
Well, the last few years I've been writing nonstop, and I have so much music in the vault that I've been waiting on that is just some of my favorite stuff I've ever written. And so Superman is the first, I would say, of that batch that I'm really, really, really excited about. So, yeah, so this year there's going to be a lot more hits coming.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I want to talk a little bit about your songwriting process. So, like, when you were making Superman, what is that like for you? Are you out in nature somewhere? Are you in the studio with a notepad? What does that look like?
My favorite sort of setup is just to be in the studio with another writer and a producer. I just like to bounce ideas. I have ADHD. So if it's just me, I'm all over the map. So I like to have somebody else there to kind of ground me. But for Superman specifically, I was with another writer, and we were talking about, what it was going to be about. And I was telling him an experience about this guy who I thought was, so perfect, or I thought he would maybe become perfect one day just because I wanted him to, and he didn't. And so we were talking about that, and I'm like, I thought it was the one thing that could change him. I said that line. And then he said, whoa, that's kind of like how Superman is with kryptonite, like it's one weakness. And we're like, oh my God, we need to run with that. And so that's kind of how Superman was just born.
I love that. That is so awesome. Neena, you have an incredible career ahead of you. I tip my hat to you, and all your amazing accomplishments and all the things that are to come. So
thank you so much.
absolutely. Let everyone know the best way to connect with you, to follow you, and to keep up with everything which is musically you.
Yeah. My Instagram is Neena Rose Official, Neena Rose Official. So you can send me a DM on there, give me a follow. And then TikTok is Neena Rose Music.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I got a YouTube. I'm obviously on Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms you can possibly imagine. And yeah.
Sounds like the plan. Neena, this has been incredible. Thank you so much for coming through. We're going to have you back because I know there's going to be new music and new stuff. So would
100%.
love to
I'll be
have
here.
you back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.